All right. Good morning, and thank you for joining our Black History program for today. I'm Andretti Latta, your chair of the Employee Engagement for your Global Payments Onyx chapter, Columbus chapter of the Onyx Network. One of our goals with the Columbus chapter of Onyx is to create a space where we celebrate our ability to create Black history here within our company. We would like to highlight what our team members are doing outside of work, whether it's starting a Black owned business or leading a community service effort. Here at Global Payments, we are breaking barriers and making strides to improve the lives of African Americans. We ourselves can create Black history and impact others for years to come. Today, we have the privilege of talking with one of our teammates, Mildred Brooks, better known as the Golden Girl, as she's so dearly called. So I'm gonna read Mildred's bio because she is very impressive. So I'm gonna read that to you. Then she and I are gonna have some girl chat, and I'll ask her some questions, and she'll give us some tips on health and fitness. When it comes to being an athlete, Mildred Brooks possesses this gift naturally. Mildred was born in Columbus, Georgia, and later she relocated with her family to Phoenix City, Alabama, where she continued her success and love for sports. Miss Brooks has spent much of her younger days running behind a ball and or being athletic in some form or fashion. Mildred played it all from t-ball, flag football, basketball, and track and field, just to highlight a few of the sports she played. If you know of Mildred from her days as a student athlete at Central High School, she is a true champion when it comes to running, as she once held the school record in the 400-meter dash, as well as held several state titles. Mildred later went on to the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, as she traveled as a travel athlete with a full track scholarship. Mildred completed her undergraduate experience at Troy University, where she remained a scholastic athlete and later a graduate. After graduation, Ms. Brooks completed her master's degree, and years later, she met the love of her life. She married and had a beautiful daughter. Being a devoted wife, mother, and full-time employee, Mildred has always remained an athlete. In 2020, during the COVID pandemic, Mildred launched her very own fitness journey that she named the Golden Girl Fit, and she is currently a certified personal trainer. With many ideas, excitement, and her passion, Mildred set and ready to help individuals all around the globe to become confident in their own skin by helping them to renew their mindset and transform their bodies with the ultimate goals of helping each individual become a better version of themselves. Mildred, welcome and thank you for sharing with us today.
Good
Would
morning.
you like to tell us a little bit
guys.
more about your business?
Good morning. Thank you guys so much for having me. Yes, I would certainly like to talk to you guys more about my business. This has been a journey for me for such a long time, and during the pandemic, it opened up a space for me to just start my business, the Golden Girl Fit, where I am able to, like my mission statement states, I'm able to ultimately help women to transform their mind, transform their bodies, renew their mindsets, and ultimately helping them to become a better version of themselves. With my mission, I am trying to help women to get out of the mindset that, they don't have to work out, or they want to work out, but they don't know where to start. And I want to be that person that's going to help push them out of their comfort zone so that they can reach to the next level. With my Golden Girl Fit business, what I like to do is help women to um, help them to lose fat and also gain muscle with my program for our 4 week challenge. With the 4 week challenge, we do a Facebook accountability group where we push each other. We try to push each other out of our comfort zones. I give you a full 4 week plan of your workouts, step by step instructions on how to complete the workouts. Only thing is needed is resistance bands and dumbbells. And for 5 days a week, you push yourself hard so that you can reach your fitness goals, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's for you to just get in shape, whatever your goal is, I'm pushing you to that level so that you can reach your goal. I also, for my Golden Girl Fit Challenge, I only charge $20 for the challenge, and you get a 4-week plan, step-by-step instructions, everything you need for you to be successful with the plan.
Wow. So you get 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 days a week for $20 a month program.
Yes.
Amazing. And I get to work out from the comfort of my own home.
Yes, ma'am. That is absolutely right. You get to work out in the comfort of your own home. If you want to be outside, if you want to be in your living room, wherever is comfortable for you, you can do it. And you don't have to worry about going to the gym with the pandemic. You know, the pandemic stopped a lot of things, from you going to the gym, from you to just being in the presence of other people. The pandemic pushed us to kind of be by ourselves in a sense. So with my program, you're able to work out in your own home, burn the sweat, drop fat. You're able to build muscle, and you're able to get motivation so that you can start your fitness journey.
All right. And Mildred, we got a question in the chat, and they want to know, what if you don't have a Facebook account? And I know this was something you were working on, right, with your fitness challenges.
Yes, right now I only have it in Facebook, but I'm trying to get it out of Facebook. I have not completely found a way for me to do it, but I am currently working on it. There's going to be more information that's going to be hitting my Facebook page, and also I'm trying to create a website so that information can be housed there as well, so people will know how they can get in contact with the Golden Girl Fit if they want to start their fitness journey. And I also have a YouTube channel as well called Golden Girl Fit.
Okay. So Shirley is coming. She got plans to create a space where you can get her in and her fitness challenges without having a Facebook account. So great. All right. So what started you? What, Mildred? What started you or inspired you to start your business?
Well, one of the things that started me, that made me start with my business, The Golden Girl Fit, is me being passionate about helping others and also fitness. So with those two things combined together, I feel that I'm able to help women to, change their mindsets up so that, they don't have to necessarily think that everything is hard when it comes to fitness. You can lose the weight that you want to lose, and I'm able to help women to ultimately do that. um, I'm inspired to do it through my passion and through all of the training that I have received from me running track, from me playing t-ball. My coaches have instilled that hard work ethic within me, and I want to exude that to other women. When something is inside of you that God has placed in you, that type of passion pushes out to others, and it allows others to see that passion that's within you, and they draw to it. So with me, a lot of women came to me just from me posting my workouts on Facebook and social media, Instagram, YouTube, and they wanted me to help them. And I went ahead and stepped outside of my comfort zone and went ahead and helped them to reach the goals that they were trying to achieve.
Great. And I remember from my keynote speaker that we had, Hill Harper, um, listening to him speak, he talked about, doing things, finding a passion for it, doing things that are within your heart to do it, and those things, make things successful when we're doing it for us. So I feel like fitness is something that you're very passionate about, Mildred, and that's why you're able to help so many people. Now, Torrance had a question for us in the chat. He wanted to know, he said, you mentioned women. He wanted to know if men are welcome as well.
Well, with the Facebook accountability group, I have made it just for women at this time, and I have had guys to reach out to me. But at this time, it's just been for women. But who knows what the future may hold, and who knows what the Golden Girl Fit is going to do.
That's right. That's right. We see major things coming your way. So look out, Torrance. Be on the lookout. So, Mildred, I know that you're a mother of your 3-year-old daughter, Bailey. And she's going to join you later on, for some workouts. But how do you balance being a mother, starting a business, doing your fitness instructions and stuff throughout the day? How do you balance it and juggle it all?
If I told you guys that it was easy for me to do it, I would just be lying to you guys. It's definitely hard, but I want to make sure that I, one, first, keep God first in the midst of what I'm doing. And secondly, I must make sure that my family is taken care of. Once those two things are done, that's how I'm able to go out and be able to fulfill my passion of helping others um, with their fitness journey. So I like to get on a routine, and routine helps me with me having a 3-year-old and also being married. My routine consists of me getting up in the morning time. My fitness challenge, I would do a live workout at 6 a.m. In the morning. And that way I'm able to complete my workout before my daughter is up. And then I'll still have time to kind of get myself together before she gets out of bed. So routine for me is key in me being able to stay on target with me trying to accomplish my passion for fitness and also making sure my family is taken care of.
I'm hearing this over and over again. This getting up in the morning, working your business, doing this thing, before your family is up, and I'm hearing this over and over from a lot of women that are entrepreneurs that are doing that. They're getting up at 5 a.m., they're getting up at 6 a.m. so they can still handle all their responsibilities and being a mother and being a wife and don't feel like they have to leave anything around behind in starting their careers and having their own business. So that's getting to be a key thing for me. I'm hearing it over and over again. So got to work on that early morning thing for myself. I got to work on that. So
It
what
is key.
yeah, what motivates you to help others?
My motivation for helping others actually just come from hearing the testimonies of other women to tell me how I have helped them to transform their mindsets. With them, it's not just about you ultimately reaching your goal of losing weight. Before you can get to that point where you actually lose weight, you actually have to go ahead and accept where you are now. And to hear some of the women say that, with the program, I have helped them to get through depression. I have helped them to lose the weight that they wanted to lose. I have helped them to gain confidence within themselves again. Those are the things that motivate me, just hearing the testimonies of other people and how I have impacted their life in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Losing weight can have such a hold on you, and not being active when you know you should be active. I could see it. I could see it doing it and really changing lives. So I feel you have that passion to make those things happen. So I want to ask you or get into a little bit about obstacles, right? So what obstacles have you ran into, as a woman of color trying to start your own business?
One of the obstacles that I face is actually just knowing where to start. When you're thinking about starting your business, there's no blueprint to tell you that you should do this, that, and the third. And that was one of the obstacles that I faced, is just knowing where to begin. When I first stepped into this, I actually just was going to offer just a Saturday class where I come out and I try to get people motivated to work out. And then someone saw me make this post, and they reached out to me and told me that they wanted to help me to further start my business. So that's what helped me, is having someone in my corner to push me and to give me a little guidance on where to start.
I'm curious to know. Was it African American woman that helped you or reached out to you or who were backing you in starting this and getting this started?
Yes, and I hope she doesn't mind that I share this information, but she actually works here at TSIS. Her name is Alicia Lawrence. She saw me make my post on Facebook, and she was starting her business as well. And she reached out to me and told me, Mildred, let me start off by helping you to get started with your business, and we both can help each other. So I'm so grateful that she actually reached out to me and she actually offered to help. Because again, this thing is starting your own business, especially when you have your family, you're working a full-time job. You don't have a whole lot of time necessarily to do extra research on certain things if you're wanting to get started fast. So she actually helped me a lot, and I feel so blessed that she was in my corner to push me to get started.
I mean, that gives me chills, hearing it. I was curious to know, because sometimes as Black women, we don't support each other enough or lift each other up enough. We'll have the crab in the bucket mentality, and not pulling each other up. So I think it's great, to when we can work together and we can help each other out, and she had some resources that she could share with you to get you going. I think that's amazing. I applaud Alicia, for doing so. Um, I just think that's great to showcase that or whatever. And I remember something that Hill Harper shared as well when he was talking about the Black Wall Street and about like today the dollar only stayed within the Black community like 7 times whatever before it changed hands, today, and it used to be 100 or to 1,000 times before it left the Black community because we aren't supporting each other like we should, or lift each other up. So anyway, it warms my heart to know that Alicia, gave you that hand up. So another question around stigmas and a little bit, Black owned business sometimes, um, there are some stigmas and some things around Black owned businesses, and we as African Americans sometimes we don't even give each other the chance, to succeed or to right or wrong and different things of that nature. Or we think it's Black owned business, we can get the hookup or a discount or something like that. So have you ran into any of that with starting your business?
For me, I have only been doing this now for about 6 or 7 months, and I haven't had anyone to actually ask me for a discount because I feel like with my challenges, they are very affordable compared to some of the other workout programs that are out.
Okay. Yeah, $20 a month, for a 5 day a week, that is very reasonably priced. I mean, that's almost $1 a day, right? Something like that, So
Right.
so that is reasonably priced. So I'm with you on that. So I'm appreciative of that. I need to sign up.
Come on.
Um, so let's talk about nutrition a little bit. So what are some things you can share with us and tell us about nutrition? We're all in the house, some of us not eating out, we're doing our own cooking, it's COVID-19, so we're being cautious about some things. So what are some things when it comes to nutrition that we can do, to get us on a healthy track, but so it's 2021, we want to get started with eating the right things.
I say first off, with nutrition, don't make it difficult. Start small, and the key is always moderation. Do things in moderation. Don't just say, well, oh, I'm gonna stop eating this, that, and the third, and you do it for 2 weeks, and then your taste buds start wanting something else. You start craving something, and then now you're left with just indulging in whatever you're craving. One of the things you can do is just kind of start making healthier alternatives to your diet. So if you know you love hot wings, well, let's say on Friday you want hot wings, but um, you don't want to, or you want to go out and get those that are deep fried. Instead of going to get some that's deep fried, get in your kitchen and get your air fryer or put them in your oven. Making changes like that is going to help you in the long run because again, moderation is key. You have to start somewhere, and if you start in moderation so that you're not left with going back to those cravings and indulging in things that are not necessarily good for you. If you want to eat a healthy breakfast, add you some fruit in there with your breakfast. Instead of getting like, white bread, choose whole wheat bread. You're still going to be able to get your fix for your bread if bread is something that you love. One of the things that I like to do with bread, I get my whole wheat. I want to say it may be 7 grain bread, and I don't buy at my house. I don't buy white bread at all. Another thing you can kind of do is also with your pasta. If you love pasta, you don't have to necessarily get the white pasta. You can get whole wheat pasta, and then you can also look who has joined me.
Hey,
You can
Bailey.
tell them good morning. Good morning. You can also get lentil pasta if you want to make some changes in that area where you still be. You can get one where you still can eat your pasta. You can also try to, change up how much you're eating. If you know you're eating like your plate is just filled with food, change it up. Change the portion size of your food. Portion control is key as well. You don't want to fill your plate up with a whole bunch of food, where let's say pasta just for 2 ounces of pasta. That is, I want to say 37 grams of carbs. So that is
Wow.
key, is just changing up how you eat your food and changing up how much you're eating. You don't have to necessarily give up everything that you love, but changing your sizes and then also adding extra vegetables into your diet.
I like it. Um, I actually attended the Cooking with Chef Michael, which was another Black History Month activity sponsored by our chapter here in Columbus for Onyx. And he had us to saute. Um, I use kale. He wanted us to use Swiss chard or whatever, but I couldn't find it, so I used kale. But I sauteed it in grapeseed oil, which was new for me. And I used the grapeseed oil for the lamb chops as well. And so that was something new for me, trying out this grapeseed oil and trying some things or whatever. So it got some new vegetables in for us, the kale. And I used rice cauliflower, and he suggested, I forgot what he was cooking, maybe he was doing couscous, but I used rice cauliflower, and it was just as good, and we really enjoyed it, and so it added up some new things to it. So I agree, trying some new things, making sure you still like it, making sure it still, was something I want to eat, but, it was introducing us to some new vegetables and some things of that nature. So something I wouldn't have tried if I not had went to that cooking class. So I agree. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's definitely key. And another thing hitting on that, always go for foods that you like. Don't try to make yourself eat something that you know you're not going to enjoy, because again, you're going to go back to something that you don't necessarily want. So make sure what you're eating, you like what you're eating.
Definitely. Right. So I've done so many diet plans and so many things or whatever. And every time I'm on a diet, I'm waiting to get to my goal so I can go back to eating the bad stuff. Right. So I'm on this weight loss journey again, and I'm trying to do it right this time, right? By eating the right things, finding the things that we enjoy eating, that taste good to us, and something we can continue to eat for the rest of our lives, right? So
Right.
that's the key. Right.
Yes, make it
I,
sustainable, because
right.
if it's not something you like, it's not going to be sustainable at all.
Agree. I've learned that lesson over and over again. Um, all right. So now let's talk about getting active and staying active, right? So we're at home, we're in COVID, we're not going to the gyms and working out, and things around the house. So what can we do to stay active and to get moving around this house? Because we know it takes a combination of them both, right? You can't just eat the right things and don't be active. You can't just be active and eat all the bad things, right? So we know it takes a combination of them both. So what can we do? And I know you're going to show us some workout stuff. I got my workout clothes on. Um, so um, so I'm gonna try to work out with you too. But just tell us what can we do to stay active, to get active, and then what workouts and things we can do at home.
I think for working out, if it's something that you want to start, but you don't know where to start, the first thing is just, getting outside. Maybe you go walking for 10, 15 minutes. And, as you start enjoying it more, you increase your time. Maybe you increase it to 30 minutes. Maybe you increase it to an hour. But then if you want to change it up a little bit and you're tired of walking because you're tired of seeing the same scenery, or for me, walking is boring. So that's not something that I necessarily enjoy doing. One of the things I like to do at home is HIIT workouts, where it's high intensity interval workouts, where I can actually get my heart rate up. And I only have to do it for about 20, 30 minutes. And I'm still burning the calories that I want to burn. I'm still getting the sweat that I want to get. And also with high intensity training in workouts, you don't necessarily just burn the fat right then, whereas like when you're walking, you burn your fat, or you burn calories then after you're done walking, or after you're done, running your mile. That's it. There's no more calories being burned. But with your high intensity interval training, you actually burn calories throughout the day. So once you're done with your workout, or whatever time you do it, you're still going to burn calories afterwards. So that's one of the things that I like to do at home if I want to get in a quick workout, because I don't have necessarily the time to spend on doing long workouts. That's what I incorporate. But another thing that I like to do is, because I like to build muscle. I do a lot of dumbbell training. So with my workout programs, that's what I incorporate. We have several days where we may do, high intensity training intervals. And then we also have days where we're doing high intensity training intervals and we are incorporating dumbbells into our workout. Um, I think for me, a lot of the women in there, they get excited on certain days to do certain things. Um, and I think with my program, what I like to do is make sure that we're not just targeting just our lower body. We're also going to be targeting our upper body as well. You want to drop the fat in your arms, then you can do some dumbbell training and if you don't have dumbbells, get you some canned goods, get whatever you can fit comfortably in your hands, and just curl. Just curl, depending on how heavy your canned goods or whatever you have in your presence. Do several reps, so that way you can feel the burn. If you have canned goods, maybe you do, instead of doing 10 reps, you do 30 reps. You do 3 sets of 30. And I can kind of go over that with you guys as well once we get into the workout. But again, just start small, and as you get to another level, just start adding stuff into your plan that you'll be able to stick with, and that's going to be sustainable for you.
Okay. Thank you. Sound doable. Sound doable. One question came up in the chat. Natalie wanted to know, what suggestions do you have for people that are not big on eating vegetables?
Now it's funny that she asked that question, because as a child I hated vegetables. And I think it was because of the way that my mom cooked them, or other people in my family cooked them. I absolutely hated them. So one of the things that I started doing to help me to start liking vegetables is, instead of me maybe boiling my vegetables, I put them in the oven. So I get several vegetables like broccoli, sweet potatoes, mushrooms, zucchini, squash. I put it all into a bowl, put me a little bit of avocado oil. I try to stay away from olive oil because of the smoke point on it. So I always try to use avocado oil. Put me some avocado oil, season it, and then I put them in the oven. And that way, I don't know if it's just the texture for me that makes me not want to eat the vegetables if they're done a different way, but that helps me to eat them. But if you are still not comfortable with eating vegetables, maybe there's one vegetable that you like, you can eat that one, or make sure that whatever you're eating, you're doing whole wheat versus doing like, say for instance, you don't eat vegetables, but you like rice. Well, instead of doing white rice, do brown rice. Instead of doing I mean, you could do fruit, but you still have to watch fruit as well, because fruit can have a lot of sugar in it. So if your goal is, to try to lose weight, then it could have an adverse effect on you, because then you're eating more sugar than what your body needs for you to be able to drop the fat. It kind of just depends, but I would say find at least one vegetable that you can stomach and try to cook it in a different way, or maybe add you some sauce or something to it, like, say for instance, soy sauce, or teriyaki sauce. Try to get one that's low in sodium. Try to get one, your teriyaki sauce, try to make sure that it's low in sugar. Incorporate some of those things to try to make it so that you can stomach your vegetables, because vegetables are what we actually need in order for us to be able to drop the weight. If we start eating a whole bunch of carbs, again, it's going to have an adverse effect on us, even though, whole grain rice may be good for us, but if we eat too much of it, then we're going to gain the weight that we don't want to gain.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. I don't like any vegetable raw myself. Like the only vegetable I eat raw is a cucumber, and some lettuce. Other than that, I don't want any vegetables raw. And growing up as well, I didn't like any vegetables, growing up. So as an adult, I had to start trying things, right? My husband loved green beans, so I started trying green beans, and I liked them. I used to fill them up with, bacon and other stuff. So I've eliminated those things now. Um, but um, I was the same way. And then if I ate broccoli and carrots, it was full of ranch, right? If I ate it raw, they was dipped and covered in ranch. But I did. I started sauteing things like you talked about, and try playing with seasoning to season things up. And I mean, zucchini and squash, I wouldn't dare try zucchini or squash, but they came out with those little spiral noodle things and stuff like that. And I put it with some spaghetti sauce and some ground turkey. And I was like, whoa, I like, zucchini and squash, so it was a matter of me trying things in different forms, that made me actually like it. No, I didn't like that squash that my mom used to cook, or whatever, but I do like some squash, noodles or zoodles, whatever they call those things, right? So yeah, so I think trying some new things, might help you out there, Natalie. And Ashley said the same thing. Seasoning is what helped her, get through her vegetable intake.
Right.
And Carlita said she puts her vegetables in a fruit smoothie, so she can get her vegetables in a fruit smoothie. That's
Right.
what she
I do the
does.
same thing as well. I incorporate a fruit smoothie as well into my diet. But you can also, if you like rice, what I like to do as well is take if you're wanting to lose weight, you don't want to eat a whole lot of rice, so maybe you get like 1/4 cup of rice. Take it and mix it with your vegetables, mix your meat together, mix everything together, and then you may can stomach it better.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought I would never like was cauliflower. But someone was telling me about that rice cauliflower, and I tried it. Now it's my go-to thing. I love some rice cauliflower. I even have my 11-year-old eating rice cauliflower. I used to trick him, and now he's not tricked anymore. He'll say, "I know this is that cauliflower rice, mama," but he likes it, and he eats it now. So that's one of my go-to vegetables now, cauliflower rice. So, all right, Mildred. Well, I'm ready for some working out here. I know you're going to show us some moves and some things that we can do at home. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, I knocked my cup over. Excuse me, y'all. All right, let me get my camera set up so you guys can see me. Give me 1 second.
All right, and y'all get ready to do these moves. Now, you don't have to come off camera, but you can as well.
You ready to show them our workout, girl? Okay.
Ashley, I'm waiting on you to join me.
Oh, Andrew, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, let's see. I don't know what happened. Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we see you.
Okay. Okay. On my side, you couldn't see. Okay. All right, come on, let's show them some moves. Come on. All right. So, in the beginning, I was telling you guys that I like to do the high intensity interval training. So, one of the things I like to do is make sure that I have my watch, and I kind of go in here and I set my watch on my timer. Stop, Bailey. So that I can actually time my workouts, or if I'm doing a high intensity training interval workout. So I normally, depending on what I'm wanting to do for that day, I'll set it on like 30 seconds, 35 seconds, 40 seconds. And I get me about 4 workouts or 4 exercises that I can do. One of the exercises you can do if you're wanting to work out at home, you don't have a whole lot of equipment, you can just do squats. And with your squats, if you're wanting to make sure that you can get deep enough with your squats, one of the things you could do is make sure that you stretch out your hip flexors. That's going to be key for you to be able to get lower in your squats. So let's show them the squats, baby. And if you want to make it so that it's more intense with your squats, you can do jump squats where you just come in here. But if you have problems with your knees, just keep it basic where you're not putting too much strain on your knees and you're just squatting. Set your timer, do it for about 30 seconds. And then once you're done with that one, you can move on to your next exercise. Another exercise that I like to do while I'm home is doing just some lunges where you come here and you can lunge. And then you can also lunge back, do a reverse lunge. So here, lunge forward. I don't know if you guys can make sure you can see me.
Yeah, we see you.
Okay. Okay, go back to the back and get on your iPad, and then I'll give you some more key. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I want to be on TV. Well, come be on TV and then show them the exercises, and then with the exercise.
Come on, Bailey, help me do these lunges.
Okay. Y'all see what I say about me having to make sure that I be on a routine and get up early in the morning? Because your 3-year-old, she likes to join in with you. Okay,
I bet.
Don't fall. Okay. You can jump in a minute. Come on. Let's show them the exercise. Again, for our lunges, we're going to come here, lunge forward, and then once you come back, you can lunge back, and then you can set that for 30 seconds. And then once you do that for 30 seconds on one leg, you can move over to the opposite side. Right, and then once you do that one, another one that I like to do, we don't want to leave our upper body out. So what you can do is get down on your floor. And if you have a mat, it works better so that way you're not on your knees or messing up your knees. But if you are not used to doing push-ups, you need to do the girl version of push-ups. You just come here. Make sure that you do not arch your back. You keep your back nice and flat, and then you're just going to come down. But if you want to increase your intensity for your push-ups, push yourselves. Do not overthink it and tell yourself that you can't do a regular push-up. You can do it. You just have to start. When I first started my journey of lifting weights, push-ups were one of the things that was very difficult for me. So what I started doing is when I went to the gym and I worked upper body, I would, if I could only do one push-up, I would do that one push-up and then go back to the girl version. And then as I got more comfortable and stronger, I was able to do a full push-up for several rounds, and I don't have to do the girl push-ups anymore. So you have to start in order for you to be able to actually get the technique down. But you're going to come here. Make sure, again, you do not arch your back. Keep your back nice and flat. And then you're going to, baby, move that. And then you're just going to come down.
Now, my bones were popping when I was down. I had to get on up.
See, that's your mind already trying to trick you out of doing a push-up. But you can do a push-up. You just have to, again, don't allow your mind to place limitations on what you can do, because you can do it.
All right.
Okay, get back. All right. And then another simple exercise you can do is jumping jacks. Just come here, hit your jumping jacks, and if you want to make it so that it's a little bit more difficult, what I like to do is get me my dumbbells. So we're going to pretend that this is dumbbells. You can come here. You're still jacking, but you added some resistance to it, and you do that for 30 seconds. And when I tell you, you're going to feel the burn with your jumping jacks and your dumbbells. If you don't have a dumbbell, again, just put anything in your hand and jack. Another exercise that you can do to get your
Hey, I'm feeling that burn way faster than 30 seconds.
Yeah, same here. I'm
feeling that burn way faster than 30 seconds. I'm feeling that burn way faster than 30 seconds. I said, no, I'm feeling the burn faster than 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm telling you, this here and doing jacks is going to help you. You can burn fat. You get at home, you're watching TV and commercial come on. Just go ahead and just jack until, the TV show comes back on. I mean, we got to do what we got to do while we're at home in a pandemic. If you don't know where to start with simple moves that you can do right at home. That's going to help you start your fitness journey. You can get on the floor. You can do sit-ups. If you don't want to get on the floor, just stand. You can crunch it. 30 seconds. Mommy, look. Switch to the opposite side.
Oh, same side.
And make sure that when you're doing your exercises that you're breathing. Make sure that you're breathing and that you are not holding your breath. Now. So.
Well, I am holding my breath a little bit because I don't want to be breathing heavy over the mic. So I am holding my breath a little bit.
Don't hold your breath, because when you hold your breath, you could ultimately hurt yourself. You don't want to hold your breath. You want to make sure that you're breathing. So make sure when you're doing your exercises, that you're breathing. I push my girls that's on my team to make sure that you're breathing throughout your workout. You don't want to hold your breath at all. You might end up passing out while you're holding your breath.
That would be awful.
Don't do
it would be recorded. It would be recorded. Actually, we have to edit that out.
Don't do that. We don't want you to pass out over there. We don't want you to pass
Right.
out. Another thing, you're sitting at your desk or you're sitting. I'm so sorry, guys. So another thing, you're sitting at your desk and you're on a call with the client or you're on the call with your teammates. Get to the edge of your chair, get your back nice and tall, put your hand on your seat, and drive your knees up to your chest. Make sure you're breathing all the way through your exercises. Then you're just sitting there. Sit back in your chair. You can do the same thing. Drive your leg up, elbow to knee. Simple things you can do while you're at home. If you really want to get your heart rate up, come here. You can also do high knees, where you come here and just drive your knees up. If you have problems with your knees and you can't drive your knees up because you have issues with your knees, just come here. But go at a fast pace, pump your arms, drive your knee up to your chest. Keep your tummy, always keep your tummy nice and engaged, meaning you want to take your belly button and pull it into your back so that you can keep your core tight, especially when you're doing your core exercises. When you're doing squats as well, you want to do the same thing. You can do mountain climbers at home. No weight or no equipment is required. You get down on the floor, keep your back nice and straight, and just drive your knees into your, like you're running. Very simple exercises that you could do. Again, get all of these exercises if you're wanting to do them and make you a HIIT workout so that you can do them for 30 seconds. Once you've done about, I like to do about 8. Once you've done about 8 exercises, take you about a minute rest and then complete that circuit over again where you're going through each exercise again.
And Andrea, I know we hit 11:50, so I just wanted to give you time check for that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm tired anyway, so I had to sit on down. So. So Mildred, anything else you want to share with us around nutrition or around our workout stuff? We greatly appreciate your time today, and sharing this information with us. I hope we all have learned something, from you starting your business and for ourselves to getting healthy. So we really appreciate it. But anything else you want to share with us before I turn it over to our chair, Ashley Daniel, to close us out?
Well, thank you guys so much for actually having me to come on. I actually was pretty nervous to do this, but I said, for me, if I'm going to tell someone else that they need to get outside of their comfort zone, that I also need to be preaching the same thing to myself. So I'm so glad that you invited me to actually come on and share with you guys what I'm doing for my business. But I just want to make sure, you guys, that you know that when you change your mindset, you'll change your life. If you want to work out, get outside of your comfort zone and just do it. You can do it. You have the willpower. You have everything that you need for you to just start. So just start it, just do it, and then you will be successful with your weight loss plan if you want to be. But it all starts with what you think and what you and when you change your mindset. So you guys, if you want to join me, just come on over to the Golden Girl Fit, and we will make sure that we help you with your fitness journey. And this one here is going to be there to push you along your fitness journey as well, because she sometimes jumps into the video and help push the women, and they love seeing her when she comes on. They like to say that when she comes on, that they know that we're not going to have to, we're going to be able to get a break. So I just appreciate you guys for having me. And if you guys want to join or want more information, you can reach me on my social media account, Facebook, or you can email me at thegoldengirlfit@gmail.com.
All right. Well,
All
thank
right.
you. Oh, sorry, Andretti.
No, I was gonna say, all right, thanks, and then I was gonna say Ashley. So jump right on in.
Well, thanks again, Mildred and Andretti, for hosting our first Black Business Highlight. So if any of you know someone here in Columbus area that has a Black-owned business or nonprofit, just let us know, and we'll love to feature them. And if you're interested in joining Onyx, just shoot myself and Andretti a note, and we'll get you looped in. Just a few other things. So we have 2 events coming up next month. On March 19th, the discussion on domestic violence and its disproportionate impact on Black women. And then on March 24th, we'll have a roundtable discussion with local Columbus leaders, including the mayor and the sheriff, to discuss some of the seemingly never ceasing crime here in Columbus. So look out for more details on that soon. But again, I want to thank you all for joining, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Our channel, click the bell button, subscribe to our channel.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.